from that ranking, from that level of hot or cold, how are you presenting yourself? Who are you? Are you manly? Are you manly enough for me? And then that's where you will have a guy with the lowest self esteem be like, damn, I don't even perceive myself as masculine as I do. There's no way I could have sex with a girl. And I would hate for any man to have that experience from here on until you die, because that's a horrible way to live as a man when your whole energy is the total opposite. Your whole energy is literally the definition of an erect, like an erect penis. Like it's just straightforward, being you and not giving a fuck sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that energy is hidden. But what's so funny is I've been tapping to the other energy, which is the one I'm not, or I haven't tried to be in a while, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like the more observer energy. You get me?
More of the receiver,
and
more
more the receiver, hearing ideas. Even maybe I will insert my thought or my idea within after 2 explanations, and now I'm just waiting maybe for the 8th explanation, and then I'll insert my thought.
Yeah, it's like you're more malleable. You're not trying to assert as much. It's more of a malleable mindset. Whereas the stiff one perspective is your common man's man thing. Like when you think of your father or that masculine type, it's like I don't really want to hear. I got a Jamaican stepdad, man. He's very much masculine energy. Naturally, very masculine energy. Very up. This is what I think. I'm putting it out there. Very hard to change my perspective. I don't really care as much what you think unless it agrees with mine. Not in a rude way. It's just what he is. It's like, bro, I just say what I think. I just say what I feel. It's just you deal with it. Like, and he likes people the same way. I want you to tell me what you think, and we just go to battle. But it's like, on some.
Not everyone operates like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2 forces hitting each other, so it can become very polarizing. Because what happens if we don't agree?
Right.
We're now going,
can he take it to that level?
Yeah.
Can he take it to that level?
Now we're each other's perspective. This is what I think. 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 Now what are we doing? Now it becomes an argument. It builds tension. There's nobody to say, okay, well, I can see that perspective. Just here's this perspective that's more feminine, even how it's coming off. It's not as much certainty. But see, certainty, he's certain of what he's saying. That's masculine energy. This is what I think. This is what I know. Well, I know that you're saying that, but here's another perspective to keep in mind. But that's feminine. See, but the only way you can have a good conversation amongst 2 people is if one of the parties are able to be malleable,
Right, exactly.
But then there's a point in time where if both parties are malleable, and I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying too. Then it's like, but nobody's going anywhere sometimes, so it's stuck. It's like, okay, but what are we about to do? All right, well, look, this is what we should do. And in relationships or dating, guys can find themselves on one side or the other. And one thing that I've noticed with a lot of the women I've talked to lately, and not all the women, but a lot of them, is that they're the ones that's certain, and they don't really want to hear nothing that's going to challenge how they view things. Like, tell a feminist, the everyday feminist, that, a contradictory idea to what feminism pushes forward. And it's very rare, from my experience, that a feminist would be, oh, that's very interesting. Well, let me see. I mean, I do get that perspective, but no. You say your perspective a lot of the time, and it feels like an attack. It feels like hold on. Well, what does that mean? It's like, this is what feminism is. If you don't agree with it, then what is wrong with you? You must, no. And you see it's very assertive. It's very, this is what it is. Men are oppressed. Right. Men, and whether, and whoever takes on that persona is going to be more of the masculine, but with that,
right,
it's an imbalance. But, you just that's something to think about. Because in relationships, I feel like that's the battle of all relationships, to be quite honest, is that somebody's taking on the masculine energy and somebody's, honing on to the feminine energy. But where it goes wrong in a lot of cases, or where it's difficult, is what happens when your woman wants to own the masculine energy role. When she says, we both can cook. Well, we both can, say our perspective. Well, we both can date other people if we're going to be open. It shouldn't be just one. It's like, okay, so now you're stating things as they are. So if I state things, so now I have to be more malleable, which means that you're actually taking on the masculine role.
Right.
Or else if I take on the masculine role and say, well, no, that's not how it works, now we disagree. So now it's two masculine energies opposing. In my personal experience, and this is some game for the guys listening, but it's still something to think about. I'm not, but this, I'm just saying anyway, since it's coming to mind is, I've noticed, and this is something that what I've noticed, and this is something I noticed with Patrice the comedian. If you ever watched the Black Phillip show, you got to watch Patrice debate women. You got to watch Patrice O'Neal the comedian debate women, because I'm telling you, that did so much to my game. I mean, he was one of the first people that I actually studied in that about when it came to anything about dealing with women, bro. Like before I learned about any pickup before any of the higher level game that I learned from other people, Patrice was at the very early stage of that because he was a comedian and I recognized him from like a couple shows before. Like, so I was like, it was like entertainment at the time more so than game, but it was like learning through entertainment. Long story short, what he did was he out-masculined them, meaning he didn't get emotional or get mad or get in an argument. He out-logicked them. And that's the only way the woman would submit. Because if you try to do it in any other way, that what are you going to do it by brute force? No, that's like being oppressive. What are you going to do? You're going to argue with them? No, that's just going to make you all repel one another. So how do you debate a woman in a way where she can become attracted to you after and actually want to get back into her feminine energy and allow you to keep going? And what he did, and what he was brilliant at, and what I would tell anybody, watch Patrice O'Neal debate a woman. Type in Patrice O'Neal versus woman, and you'll find videos on it. Because he debated any woman about his philosophies. He out-logicked them. And I noticed that in my relationship, I have to out-logic my girl. I can't out-emotion her. I can't do it. I can't try to appease to emotion. I can't try to appease to some overall ideal. No, I have to have the logic to where she says, damn, that actually makes more sense. That's the only way. But see, the reason why is it's logic, right? If she's not going to bend, you're not going to bend. So that's how men deal with it. If me and you have a debate, the only way we're going to come to an ending is this. Who has the more, we might say, all right, bro, what do you think? All right, LeBron versus Michael Jordan, who's better? People are men, the way we think, okay, let's see the logic. Well, look, bro, I'm not going to lie. LeBron is definitely nice, but I give it to Jordan because of X, Y, Z. He got 6 rings. LeBron got 4. He did it with no help or whatever you want to say. But it's a logical-based thing that will make the other party submit. But I think where men have failed, and you start to realize a lot of men are actually more in their feminine, is that they explode and get abusive, or they might, because they can't out-logic their girl, they're just going to slap her. Or because they can't out-logic their girl, they're going to try to appeal to the emotion and get mad or complain or give her a low blow, right? So, a lot of what's going on is that the logic, there's not enough logic that men have to be able to maintain, because you got to realize women are emotionally intelligent. So they can beat you in an argument. You tell a girl, I think I should talk to other girls. What's she going to say? She's going to say, well, if you can talk to other girls, then I should be able to talk to other guys. Boom. At that moment, what is your logic? See, most dudes run out right there. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, but guys have, so then you might have a dude, you might have a dude who has level 1 game. You might say, well, a key that, you can, a key that unlocks a lot of doors is a good key. A door lock that everyone can open is a bad key. That's level 1. She goes, okay.
She's going to look at you.
Door, right? She's like, okay, but that's a door, right? Like, okay, so if that's the case, but I just don't understand because I still have sexual desires. Okay. But if you still have sexual desires, then I'm saying I'm still masculine energy. I get a thrill from fucking with it. Well, I get a thrill too. Yo, I had to take let me get off to my advanced logic in that question. I threw this at my girl one time back in the day. Right? I was like this. I was like, but see, everything y'all do, see, you're giving me an answer based on what I'm doing. So you're reactive. See, you never came to me from you never came to me
exactly.
You want to get married.
You
You want one to do. I presented it to you. You're just saying it in response to me. She then says, well,
right.
I mean, you said already that her point is always like you're reacting. You're just trying to up MEC. You might want to talk to other guys, but that's not something that you're pushing forward on the front end.
Exactly.
I push that forward on the front end. I can't say, hey, bro, you're going to have to pay me $5,000 to do this. Well, you're going to have to pay me $5,000. No. You didn't think of it first. So you can't steal my idea. Like that's what. So now you're just being reactive. Beyond that, so it goes, well, I still have desires too. I said, well, no, it's different. And this is all you got to say. I'm like, I talk to women, and you know what my experience is when it comes to women and sexuality. My experience is women be trying to not get fucked. Like they try their hardest.
Exactly.
And if you look at
that's a great fucking comeback. That's a great analogy. Everything you're saying is on fire right now.
You feel me? It was, and I'm just telling y'all this because this is like our life. You know, like, bro, this came from experience because I had spent a week. Look, my girl, this was like a minute back, but my girl had went on a vacation for a week, you know, so I'm like, fuck it, bro, I got the week. You know, she already knows that I could talk to Joint, so I'm talking to Joint, all right, let me get a Joint to come through the crib, you know what I'm saying, fucking rock out. Talking to Joints, just to see. It was an experiment because I wasn't really pressed to fuck with anything. I was like, let me see if I can get a Joint to the crib now. So I'm talking to Joint, boom, boom. And they are actively trying to get taken on dates. They're actively trying to not rush to get to the crib. They're trying to be like, oh, well, maybe we can meet here. And I'm like, wow, it was a science experiment for me. I was like, wow, this is great. Because I had 10 girls on my line, and they're all on the same frequency. I know they're attracted to me. I had a few of them like on the FaceTime, like, damn, I'm feeling wet as hell right now, just off of talking to me. So if a woman goes to you and asks, well, I want to talk to girls too, why can't I? I'd be like, look, so if it's like that, then why did these girls not come to the crib? How come when I tried to get you wanted to be courted, right?
Right.
But then you're telling me you want to fuck with other guys too? See, me, I'm trying to get you to come to the crib and fuck. See, if you were thinking like how I was thinking, bro, we'd be smashing. Every guy out here would be smashing girls all the time. If women thought like how we thought,
it would be no problem. Yep.
There would be no problem.
There
would be no 30% of men aren't having sex because women would be like, hey, excuse me, what's your name? My name's Robert. Look, I thought you was really attractive.
You know, so some girls would be like, well, because you guys slut shame. Actually, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no. You know how many guys out there, bro, that I've talked to and dealt with where if a dude never approached a woman and just was living his life, bro, you will not get laid. Like unless you're walking around looking like the man and naturally doing attractive things that you don't even know you're doing, which is the only way it works, or that's what a natural is, then bro, you can go a whole 10 years not getting no cooch if you just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. A woman,
exactly.
If she's attracted, she can go to work, come home every day, and some dude's at some point interrupt her path home and go smack to try to fuck.
Yep.
So that argument, when we take it to further levels, she gonna sit there and be like, oh shit. Now I'm not being subjugated and forced into having to agree with this man, because now that's what I think a lot of dudes back in the day did. You know, that was messed up. But now she has to deal with, like, damn, this motherfucker, I actually have to now be malleable because he beat me in the argument. Now, some women, don't get me wrong, are so stiff. They are not going to rock regardless. They want to live in delusion. They'll say, oh, I don't want to.
Exactly. That's a good.
But at that point,
good.
At that point, you now know, look, she still isn't her feminine at that point because she got emotional. So, we just touched on this point because we're talking about masculine and feminine energy, and here's the thing that's so tough. The average dude, I don't expect him to be able to take it that deep because, come on, we're in a society that doesn't give you the tools to be able to take it to that point. So the average guy's like, look, bro, after level 1, you tap out and you say, look, she got it. And in that mode, you have to take on that feminine role. But it's not from a place of exploration. Like for Jay, for example, he's tapping into that energy because he has been so comfortable in the ability of the masculine.
Oh,
I'm glad you brought this
up. I'm so glad you brought this up.
So it's so interesting, and I guess you continue with what you say. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
Go ahead.